Hey sis, let's have the conversation no one wants to have out loud. You're holding that positive pregnancy test. Or maybe you're just daydreaming about giving your first child a sibling, and the excitement hits, followed immediately by the knot in your stomach. The whispers start. Can we even afford this? What about daycare for two? Will I have to quit my job? Are we selfish for wanting another when money already feels tight? You scroll through the cute baby announcements on Instagram, but in the back of your mind, you're doing frantic mental math on diapers, cribs, and college funds that feel impossible. The well-meaning advice pours in, like babies don't need that much, or it'll all work out. But deep down, you know the truth. In 2026, adding a second child isn't just emotional. It's a massive financial decision that can quietly reshape your entire family's future for decades. And today, I'm not here to sugarcoat it or make you feel guilty. I'm here to give you the honest numbers no one shares, the real 2026 math on what a second child actually costs, how it hits women's earnings harder, the psychological weight we carry, and the practical paths forward, so you can decide with clarity instead of fear. My name is Barbie, and I spend way too much time running the real numbers behind family decisions that change everything, especially the ones wrapped in love, hope, and a whole lot of societal pressure. If you're a mom, or hoping to be, who's lying awake wondering whether your family can truly afford to grow, or if you already have two and you're quietly stressing about the budget, hit that subscribe button right now. And if this video gives you even a little clarity or relief, give it a thumbs up. We're diving deep with zero judgment and zero fluff. Look, here's the thing. Society loves to romanticize the big family dream while completely ignoring the math. People say, kids are expensive but worth it, like that's helpful. Or they throw around, it gets cheaper with the second one because of hand-me-downs. The influencers post their perfectly staged second baby announcements without ever showing the spreadsheet. But the 2026 reality is far more honest and far more nuanced than any of that. According to LendingTree's latest 2026 study, the average cost of raising one child to age 18 in the U.S. has now hit $303,418. That's $16,857 per year after tax credits. And for many families, adding a second child doesn't just double the joy. It can push the total family spend well over $500,000 to $600,000 when you factor in the real incremental costs. I pulled data from LendingTree, Care.com daycare surveys, the MIT Living Wage Calculator, updated 2026, the Economic Policy Institute, and real family budget studies. What I found is eye-opening. For a huge number of middle-class families, the second child isn't automatically affordable on paper, but with smart planning and honest trade-offs, it can still be the right choice. No guilt, just facts. Here's the thing. Most people don't realize the biggest hidden cost isn't just the diapers or formula. It's the compounding effect on your time, your earnings, especially as a mom, your housing needs, and the quiet lifestyle shifts that add up faster than anyone admits. Let's make this real with two honest scenarios so you can see yourself in the numbers. First scenario, the Thompsons. A typical dual-income couple with one child already. Mom earns $68,000, dad earns $82,000. Combined gross $150,000. They live in a mid-cost U.S. city. They're comfortable with one, but they're dreaming of number two. Current annual costs for their first child, age 3, roughly $16,000 to $18,000. Housing share, food, clothes, activities. Daycare or preschool, about $12,000 to $15,000, depending on location. Now add the second baby. LendingTree data shows the first 5 years are the most expensive, averaging $29,325 per year for young child in 2026, largely driven by infant care. For 2 kids under 5, many families see combined childcare jump to $25,000 to $35,000 plus annually. In high-cost areas, it can hit $40,000 to $50,000. Incremental costs for the second child. Additional housing space, bigger apartment or house, $3,000 to $8,000 more per year in rent or mortgage. Groceries and diapers or formula, $2,500 to $4,000 extra. Clothing, gear, medical, even with insurance, $2,000 to $3,500 extra. Transportation, bigger car or more gas, $1,500 to $3,000 extra. Lost income if one parent reduces hours, often $20,000 to $40,000 plus net. Total first-year hit for the second child, easily $35,000 to $55,000, depending on location and choices. Over 18 years, the marginal cost for the second child often lands around $200,000 to $250,000. Still life-changing money. Second scenario, single income or lower earning family. One parent at $75,000, the other staying home or part-time. MIT living wage data for 2026 shows that in many counties, a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 kids, needs a living wage equivalent to $80,000 to $120,000 plus combined, just for basics, before any savings, debt payoff, or fun. Adding the second child often pushes them right up against or over the edge, unless they make deliberate cuts elsewhere. Here's the brutal comparison no one shares. For many families earning the U.S. median of $100,000 to $145,000 with 2 kids, childcare alone for 2 young children can eat 15 to 25% of take-home pay. LendingTree notes that to keep childcare affordable, under 7% of income per HHS guidelines, a 2-child household would need over $400,000 in income in some analyses. The average 2-child household earns far less, around $145,000 to $150,000. That gap is real. This is where it gets really interesting and honestly a little infuriating for us moms. The motherhood penalty hits harder with the second child. Data shows that 5 years after the first child, many moms see earnings drop around 30 to 42%. A second child often adds another layer: reduced hours, slower promotions, or the choice to step back. One analysis put the additional lifetime earnings loss after a second child at tens of thousands more. For women, the invisible costs compound: more mental load, higher chance of career pauses, and the emotional weight of choosing between career and family. Yet, the data also shows that with intentional planning, many families make it work by right-sizing housing, cutting convenience spending, and leveraging tax credits. Daycare is the silent killer for many. National averages in 2026 run $1,200 to $2,000 plus per month per infant, with toddler care only slightly less. For 2 kids, that can exceed $30,000 to $40,000 a year in many areas, more than some mortgages. Families who get creative, nanny shares, family help, or one parent adjusting hours often save thousands while preserving sanity. Let's talk about the part the spreadsheets never capture: the psychology of this decision. You love your first child so much it hurts, and the idea of another fills your heart. But the fear whispers, am I being irresponsible? Will my kids have less because we wanted more? That guilt is real, and it hits women especially hard because society still puts the emotional labor of family decisions squarely on us. The joy of siblings is undeniable: built-in playmates, lifelong bonds, shared memories. But the mental load of 2 little humans can feel overwhelming. Chronic financial stress lowers effective decision-making. Princeton studies show it can drop cognitive function equivalent to losing sleep. When money feels tight, every grocery run or doctor visit becomes emotionally charged. Here's what most people don't realize. The families who thrive with 2 or more aren't always the richest on paper. They're the ones who run the honest numbers up front, communicate openly, and make deliberate trade-offs instead of pretending it'll magically work out. They protect their marriage, their health, and their peace alongside the budget. Now, you might be thinking, but Barbie, babies don't need much. We can make it work with love. Or, my parents had more kids with less money. Or, what if we wait until we're more stable? All valid. Love matters enormously, but love doesn't pay for formula, safe housing, or quality childcare. Your parents' generation faced different costs, lower housing relative to income, different expectations around dual careers. Waiting can help, but biological clocks and opportunity costs matter too. The honest truth, some families can comfortably afford a second on $120K to $150K combined with smart choices. Others need $180K plus or major lifestyle adjustments. There is no universal yes or no, only your family's math. Zoom out. A second child over 18 years can add $200K to $300K plus in direct costs. Factor in lost earnings potential for the parent who scales back, often mom, and the total impact can reach $400K to $500K in opportunity cost. But here's the flip side. Many families report that the non-financial returns, the love, the laughter, the sibling bond, outweigh the numbers when they plan intentionally. Over 10 to 20 years, the early investment in kids often compounds into stronger family resilience and even better long-term financial habits. So, what should you actually do if you're considering a second child? Here's your no-fluff game plan. 1. Run your exact numbers this week using free tools like the MIT Living Wage Calculator for your area and family size. Plug in real, local daycare quotes. 2. Calculate the marginal cost of the second child, not the average. List every incremental expense. Extra housing square footage, doubled childcare in the early years, increased groceries, etc. 3. Model 3 scenarios, both working full-time, one scaling back, or a creative hybrid, part-time plus side income. Compare net cash flow. 4. Build or boost your emergency fund to 9 to 12 months before trying. The cushion reduces fear. 5. Explore tax credits, dependent care FSA, and child tax credit impacts for 2026. They can save thousands. 6. Talk openly with your partner about values versus numbers. What are you willing to give up? Bigger house, vacations, dining out? 7. Research local realities. Nanny shares, church co-ops, family help, or moving to a lower-cost area can change the math dramatically. 8. Keep one income stream flexible. Many moms build micro-businesses during nap times that offset costs and protect against the motherhood penalty. 9. Revisit the decision annually. Circumstances change, salaries rise, costs shift, kids get older and cheaper. And 10. Protect your relationship and mental health. A strong partnership and lower stress make the financial stretch far more manageable. Here's the honest truth no one shares. In 2026, who can actually afford a second child isn't about hitting some magic income number. It's about running the real math for your family, aligning it with your values, and making conscious choices instead of drifting into stress. Some families will look at the numbers and decide one is perfect for them right now, and that's powerful. Others will find creative ways to make two work and create a beautiful, chaotic, love-filled life. Both choices can be right when they're made with eyes wide open. You are not selfish for wanting more children. You are not failing if the math says wait or stop. You are a thoughtful, loving mom who deserves honest information so you can build the family that's right for you, without guilt or fairy tales. If this video gave you clarity or took some weight off your shoulders, drop your biggest question or your city in the comments. I read every single one. Share it with a friend who's wrestling with the same decision. You've got this, mama. Whether your family grows to 2, stays at 1, or takes a different path, the power is in knowing the real numbers and choosing with love and wisdom. I'll see you in the next one. Love you.